Many people think that there's a conflict between science and religion. Now there's a conflict, but it's not between religion and science. It's between religion and something called scientific materialism. Scientific materialism, sometimes just called materialism, sometimes called physicalism, is a philosophical, it's a philosophical viewpoint that says that the ultimate reality is matter, so that all of reality ultimately can be explained by the laws of physics and chance. That's it. People all used to think, before science came along, they would see God's handiwork everywhere around them. Whether it was the beauties of living things, the starry skies, all the magnificent productions of nature were somehow fashioned by the hand of God. But science came along and showed that no, they were not fashioned by the hand of God. They were the product of mechanisms that operated on the basis of impersonal laws and blind chance. That's it. All these structures that we find so beautiful, crystals and flowers and seashells and rainbows and anything else that shows remarkable order and beauty and structure, that they came from chaos originally, from formlessness through the operation of blind forces, blind laws and chance. At first glance, it looks like what's happened. As I said, the universe was filled with gas and dust, and then gravity formed galaxies, and then formed stars and planets and so on, and these orderly structures like the solar system. And on the surfaces of the planets, of Earth, we presumably had some primordial soup, or ooze or slime, in which life began. And we started with very simple things, a one-cell organism, and then gradually through natural selection get more and more complex structures until you get things as sophisticated as us. So it does look like we start with chaos, with slime, with dust, with sort of formless stuff, and order spontaneously emerges from that. No, that's not how it works. Science and physics, which is my field, you always explain order not as coming from some formlessness. Order is always explained as arising from some deeper and greater order. Kepler's laws you can explain to a grade school student, okay, in a few minutes. Newton's laws, which underlie Kepler's, are more sophisticated mathematically. You probably have to know a little calculus to understand those, really understand. Einstein's theory, which underlies Newton, is much more sophisticated. You have to understand 4 dimensions, a 4-dimensional Minkowski space-time, and you have to understand what a curved 4-dimensional Minkowski space-time is. You have to learn differential geometry and all sorts of other much more sophisticated mathematics that you probably won't only learn in graduate school. And what about superstring theory? Well, superstring theory is even more sophisticated mathematically, so much so that since when the superstrings were first, when the so-called superstring revolution happened in 1984, that was what? That's now 30 years ago. Hundreds of the most brilliant people in my field have been working intensively on superstring theory for 30 years, and they still do not fully understand the mathematical structure of that theory. It's so profound is it. What we're seeing is that far from order coming from chaos, order in nature, the deeper you go into the fundamental structure of the physical world, when you get down to the very roots of physical reality, you see more and more sophisticated mathematical structure. And what that suggests to many people, if this architecture of the universe is based on mathematical ideas that are so profound, so difficult to grasp, that you have to study for years and years to understand this mathematics, that there's a mind behind all of it. As the great astrophysicist Sir James Jeans said in the early 20th century, the universe is more and more seems not like a great machine, but like a great thought. It doesn't matter if you have a line that goes around in a circle, or a line that has a start somewhere, or a line that goes infinitely in both directions. You need someone to draw the line. It doesn't matter whether the line has a beginning. You need somebody to draw it. And in the same way, a universe could go in a circle, or it could go forever in past and future, forever, or it could start, or it could have no beginning but an end. It doesn't matter. Somebody has to, as it were, draw it. It has to be the author.